Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got a very special video for you guys. We are on the new Netflix series Resurrected rides, and today we're going to be answering a couple of you guys' questions regarding the whole experience. It's going to be a fun one. Let's get into today's video.
Stay tuned. Grab some snacks, maybe sit down, lounge a little bit. It's going to be a long one, but pay attention. It's going to be good.
Today we have a very special video. All right, it's about this whole thing that's going on. I'm sure by the title you guys have seen that me and my brother got picked to be on a Netflix series. What do you think about that, so?
It's pretty crazy. I mean, for me, like when it hasn't hit me yet, you know, because we just keep trucking along with the shop stuff, and you know, but now like little things like just going up on Netflix and seeing the trailer. Yeah. And that come up and like making it like surreal, like is that me? Is that you? You know, being up there and just kind of getting like the support from everybody, you know, tagging us on social media, like, hey dude, I see you guys saw the trailer, man. I'm really excited. It's pretty awesome. How do you feel? Like,
yeah, it's like, so as we're filming this, the show comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's like.
We haven't even seen it.
Not tomorrow. When, like a couple days.
Yeah, today's Monday, so Wednesday.
Wednesday, or Tuesday night at 12, which I'm probably
Oscar's gonna stay up.
I'm gonna stay up and watch like the whole.
The whole episode.
Like come in with no sleep on Wednesday, but it just feels so surreal, and it's just kind of like, I don't know. I'm very proud of both of us. So you know, we've been at this for a long time, and. It just feels like, dude, it's crazy. And, you know, we've always kind of heard before, like, oh, you guys are going to have your own show one day. And, you know, it's not our own show. We have a amazing cast that work with us. Yeah. But it's just so cool to be a part of something like this, so epic. And the way that they started kind of, like, marketing it as, like, the new Pin My Ride and stuff like that. I was like, dude, I remember
watching that.
and, like, you know, I know some of the stuff was corny on that show. But still, when I would watch it, I'd be like, that's so cool. Like, you know, I wish I could do some of that stuff. And like, fast forward, you know, almost 2 decades later, and here we are in the same spot. It's so surreal, and we just couldn't be happier to represent for our town of Oceanside and for Raza out there, and
San Diego County, just everybody,
everything, man. We couldn't be happier. So I know maybe you guys have some questions.
All right, so I got a question for you, Oscar.
What's the question?
Okay, how did we get picked? Like, how did this all come about? Like, to get picked to be on the show?
Well, that was like an interesting experience in itself, because it was kind of like, you know, I start off with the DM. You know how it goes down in the DMs.
You know, like the DM.
Slid in the DM real quick, and they're like, "Hey, how would you like to be a part of a car customizing car show?" And to be honest, I thought it was just like another just like a bot messaging us, like, you know, like.
Didn't think it's real.
Like a fake DM. I just thought it was a fake DM, but over time, that escalated to Zoom calls on this very couch.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we ended up doing this interview style video on the couch, because we literally had to do like 7 freaking videos on the couch until the actual production came and checked us out. You know, that's when I felt like it was real. I was like, oh shoot, like this could actually happen.
Yeah. And I felt too, like when just doing like the interviews, like you said, it was just like, you know, I'll answer that question as well. As like, you know, we got hit up online, and we're like, okay, like, is it real? Like, and then in order to even get to be on the cast, because they kept saying, oh, you're not in yet. You know, we're still kind of going interviewing a bunch of people and doing interviews, so we don't know, but we like you guys and blah blah blah. You know, you hear that all the time. So we're like, we did an interview, and they're like, okay, we'll let you know. And then, oh no, we have another interview. Come back again. So this couch, like in particular, we sat here this whole time, like, oh, is the lighting right? Oh, let me get it. Turn it this way, and you know, you
sit up like this, and then
don't
Oscar,
slouch.
you know, suck it in, and you know, like it was just kind of like, I mean, in a lack of better words, it was like a casting couch.
A casting, straight up casting couch. But I think, I mean, the way everything panned out, like, I felt like it was kind of like meant to be, like you said, like going back to like even people, like you said, oh, you know, man, you guys, wow, this shop's crazy. Like, oh, the cars you guys do, like, man, you guys are gonna get a show someday. And we were always like in back of our mind, like, yeah, you know, yeah, whatever. Like I always brushed it off.
I feel like
I mean? It was like
the shop
internally,
is the show,
yeah,
kind of already, just like with all the guys we have working here and you
all
know the
cars.
clients and the deadlines. It's like it's already a show, so like why not be a part of something bigger?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, that was awesome.
So how was it working, like on the show, versus our standard shop life?
Big difference.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like, you know, it was really intimidating, like to go up there, because we're like, you know what, like, I don't know these people up there.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how they work. I don't know, you know, we knew who they were gonna be. We kind of looked them up, but didn't really know how to work, how they work, and how everything interacted. And we know how we get down.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, our deadlines. We have to get these cars out of here because every car that sits here is money. We need to get them out, get them done, quality of work, everything, right? And so me and Oscar, like, I was nervous up there. Like, it's our first day. Let's go. Let's hit. I was like ready to hit the ground running. Like, let's go. Like, take stuff apart. Blah blah. And I remember the first time, like, it was just like there's like 5-6 cameras everywhere. I didn't even know what camera to look at. Or, oh no, look at the one over there across to you, and I'm looking over here, and it's supposed to be this one.
Yeah.
And as I'm doing my work, you know, like I'm ready to go. They're like, oh no, well, stop. Okay, and then it was like, okay, no, we want to get that shot, and so there was a lot of different things, like us doing a vlog compared to like a full production, is a big difference. But you know, it's back to like working with some, like another cast members that we're not used to. Obviously we have our ways of doing stuff, and you know, they have their ways of doing stuff, and so that in itself was a big feat to overcome, because obviously we're all at the same, you know, same pot, trying to build something dope and make these people happy and bring these cars back to a, you know, a very nice, you know, build, you know, from what we got. And so just working together with the cast it was a little challenging at first. I think we, like, at the beginning we were kind of like, oh, okay, how everybody works, but you know, as we progressed through each car, like everything, you know, it came together. You know what I mean? Even I felt like the pressure, like we were there late nights working on cars, like the reveals like the next day, and we're like 2-3 in the morning. It was like SEMA for 8 episodes, you know. And so it was pretty crazy. And us, you know, me and Oscar, like the cast members were there, you know, like full time, you know, right? They were still had their work and everything back home because they were from other states, but we were down the street, and we had to like still manage a shop and come over to the shop over here and manage that. So I felt like it was like almost 2 jobs and trying to juggle everything. But like, you know, at times it was like really like stressful, but like looking back now, like what felt a year later, it was like, damn, we did it. You know what I mean? Like, how did you feel for you? Because I know, you know, you're particular. I'm used to you and how you are around the shop life and how you kind of work things, and I'm used to you because we're brothers, plus we work together. But now, okay, add somebody else in the mix, and we're all kind of like our bosses, you know, and coming in to try to talk to other people. Like, how did you feel with other cast members and working with them?
I mean, it was really cool meeting all the cast members and working with them. Like, every single one of them, you know, I think we all created a really good bond and stuff like that. It was just a little bit different, you know what I mean? And just I'm sure they felt the same way about us. Like, these guys are a little weird, a little quirky, little, you know, they do.
And we love all you guys.
Yeah. And but you know, I can't say anything bad. You know, I think it was a pleasure working with everyone, and not just the cast, but like the people filming, like from the people miking us up every day to Nancy. Big shout out, Nancy.
Nancy.
and you know, Mike and the everybody there, like
Hugh,
and Tom ordering the parts, and everyone just like coming together and stuff like that. It was like our second home at this point. It felt like for me, like it's you come here and I feel like it's like a stress where it's like, oh yeah, do this, we gotta make our profit margin, we have to like make money in order to survive, to keep this going. But when we're over there, like almost like I kind of forgot that, like, hey, we have this whole other business going on. And then when we were filming, it kind of like almost was like a little bit of less stressful. But then as soon as we stopped filming, it's like, oh shit, we have all this shit going, like on my phone. Hey, are you guys doing this? Like trying to watch the cameras on the phone and like making sure like the shop like is not on fire while we're not there. You know, because we and Saul are both very much intertwined with the shop culture, and like being away was pretty crazy for us because it's like, dude, this is all we know. Like we live and breathe SOS. Like literally, like here a lot more than we're at home with our families.
And the funny thing is, like going back to that, like us kind of separating ourselves from the shop and then doing that, and appointing other guys here, like the responsibility to run the shop, I think was pretty cool for the guys here at the shop to step up and still keep everything rolling. Because we're like Oscar said, we're like always hands on and want to be there, but for the guys to, big shout out to the guys while we were gone that they came through. And like you said, the cast members, like from everything, like not even just the cast that we work with, like just it was cool, like when we ate to lunch with the guys, like everybody had lunch at the same time. We all ate up there, talked about our day, all the snacks
I think I gained like 10 pounds when I was up there.
Because they always had like good snacks.
They had the
there.
best snacks, like all the snacks were there. Freaking Gatorades and sodas and all types of delectable goodies.
Yep. That we don't have here. We do.
Yeah. Over here, we're like, oh, we're kind of roughing it.
Yeah. But yeah, that was cool with all the like production, like big shout out to Mike, you, and all them to make it like that. To make the whole experience like, because they all knew too, like this was our first time doing this. Yeah. And for it to like, come together, it was a big shout out on them to do that.
All right, guys. So there's 8 episodes, right? 8 different cars. So I'll add up all the cars that we build. What was your favorite build?
Out of all of them.
All of them. 8 cars. Which one? And we don't know what episodes they are on right now, guys. So you guys gotta watch it all.
I think for me it was because it was like the most transformation was the VW, the Vanagon.
Vanagon.
The Vanagon, I think, was pretty like though just because there's so much real estate inside the interior, like that was the most like interior that we had to do. Like
besides the Econoline.
The Econoline, but the van, upholstery wise, it was more because, we had to almost have a double decker, like we had to reupholster the whole top of the van again. Yeah. Inside, the bottom paneling was all custom, the flooring, the seats, the sectional we had to build. Like it was a lot, from it being like a bare bones van. Remember, it was just like wide open, nothing.
I remember this particular scene that we were just sitting in that thing.
With the foam.
It was just nothing else there, and we're just sitting there, and we're like, I can see it. And then it's like, boom, now it's full interior, full audio, full everything, and it was like, I feel like here, it's like, hey, we're gonna do all this, and we're like dedicating multiple people to doing the work. It's not just one person. Mm-hmm. We have a big team here. So when we go there, it's like, oh, it's only the people are in this building. That's it. Like I was like, kind of like, oh shit. It's like, and then still a crazy timeline. It's like, whoa, how is this gonna get done? So they got done. Shout out to everyone. Everyone that was there helping. But it was pretty crazy. I think my favorite build though. I think if I had to like pick one. I want to say the Vanagon too. I think that was one of my favorite interiors, but I think also the Econoline was one of my favorites too.
That
because I just like the wood. I like kind of like the camper Van Feel and the Serape and stuff like that.
Yeah, those seats were pretty epic.
I really like that. I think that was really cool. You know, on every single build, not every build is, you know, not every build has like everything's my favorite on the car. I was just saying, I like certain things about that one the most. I like the wood and the Serape, and it was just a vibe in there. Nelson's table, it all just went like. It was
color, like the beige and everything.
It was
like
cool.
Tied it together.
Even like Shayna, like really did a good job painting that thing. Like, it was probably one of my favorite ones. You know.
Yeah. I think that's the one you got teary-eyed.
Was it?
That's the one.
I think I got teary-eyed.
That's the passion that we have, you know. But, yeah, those were two the. Yeah, I can see that the big vans were.
The van.
Yeah.
Van Mafia.
Yeah. All right. So while doing all this, like, you know, we're doing these shows, building these cars, and you know, there's a lot of moving parts. Like, what was the best experience of being on the show for you?
That's a tough one. There's a lot. There's a lot
of stuff that was going on.
Yeah, there's my favorite thing. Shoot, that's such a broad question because there's so many things, you know, like from.
I'm sure you're gonna miss them.
From having like catered food every day, like every breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you know, and then
that
like
McDonald's in the morning.
I would always get my sausage McMuffin with the little hash brown in there with my iced coffee. I was like, all right, I'm cool. I feel like just being a part of it is, I don't know if that's like a one thing, but like just the whole experience altogether from like, you know, and that was kind of the hard part too, is like not being home, but like going to the hotels and you know,
that whole like
Netflix treated us well, you know. They got us hotels and you know giving us food every day and taking care of us. Like I thought that was really cool. I was like, damn, I feel like I'm famous. I was like, damn, like.
Is that how it feels?
I was like, damn, you don't know my life. I'm over here eating out every day and freaking in these nice hotels. Like, I was like, this is cool, man. Like, I thought that was just like cool. Like people don't even know that we're about to be on TV. It's like, it's cool. You know what I mean? Like, regardless of like, you know, what people will think about the show and stuff like that. Like, obviously we build our cars how we build them, and when we're at the show, it's like they're a little bit different, you know. But it's like. What we're doing is still kind of the same, you know. It's just kind of like, just to be a part of that experience, you know, with the team that we had there, like the whole cast, and like again, you know, everyone in the production, like dude, like it just like it. I was like, dude, like I feel like I'm the one dropping the ball, but like the whole production team was on top of it, you know, like everything from the PAs to the people micing us up to the freaking people filming, the camera guys, like. Everyone was so cool. It was like, damn, these guys are like professionals. Like, damn, I hope I'm as good as what I do is what they are, what they do. You know, it's like it was really cool, and like it was just like an experience that I always hold dear in my heart.
Yeah.
So, what was your favorite part about the whole experience?
I think it like really hit me when we were like just maybe mid doing the show. Like for me was like going back to that, like, you know, watching. You know, Pin My Ride, you know, and watching that when we were younger, like, dude, that's cool. And then when we got the shop here and started working on cars, we started doing upholstery, and then kind of did a paint and body and all this other stuff. And watching that show growing up was like, dude, that's stuff, like, that's cool what they do that to, you know, to do that on TV and, you know, and do this something dope like that for, you know, the community or helping the person out, because we kind of already do that here. You know what I mean, of building somebody's, say if there's grandpa's car or something that it's theirs and they passed away, but we want to fix it up, or they're fixing it up together, grandson, and reliving that experience through their eyes and fulfilling that, you know, that dream that they have to build these cars, and us actually doing it on such a big platform, Netflix, and being part of, like, you know, the Pin My Ride, you know, is pretty cool. And like, remember that experience where I thought it was so cool that I had a 61 bubble top, right, and that I sold to a guy that bought it, and he came here, he goes, oh, I know a friend that, see what he thinks, right? And he pulls up his phone
FaceTime on him,
and he FaceTimes Exhibit, and I'm like, Exhibit? I was like, what? I was like, oh, what's up, man? Hey, man, your 61 bubble, it looks really dope, it's badass. And And I was like, oh, thanks, man. He's all, yeah, this is my boy Mike. Yeah, he picked up a good one. And then I go, and then the funniest thing I do to the guy that bought it, his name's Mike. I go, hey, Mike. He's all, hey, exhibit. And he's been pimped. And I said that to him on the camera. And then Mike's like, oh, come on, man. Come on, man.
Exhibit's like, oh, man.
So that to take that and then actually us doing it was pretty cool. Fast forward all these years to do it. And it's something very special to me, too, is that working together with you. Like, we work here at the shop day in and day out. But to actually do it together on a show and, you know, being there together and like living this together is, I think, pretty dope. So
I think it's very special, you know, out there.
I love you, bro.
Love you too. All right, so obviously it was a lot of stuff going on, but what do you think? What was the most challenging part of the whole experience? Like that was like, oof, that kind of took a toll.
For us, like, or for me, especially, is that, like I said, us having a shop here that we run and day in day out do stuff and it's not the wrong way, not the right way, right? But we have our method of doing things, right? So we want to do this, you know, paint body goes first, and we do upholstery after. We do this, and for us, it was like we had no control over that. I felt like at sometimes, but that was like the most challenging for me, like, to be able not to do it, like, you know, there were everybody, the cast and the producers were really cool, like, hey, you know, how you guys want to do it and stuff like that. But just it's different because, hey, they want to film this or they want to do this, and it was cool. Like, we're so easily adaptable, you would say, that we'd be like, that's a challenge, but we accept it, like, let's make it happen. You know what I mean? So it was, I felt for me, it was like that was the experience that was kind of like, and like you said, like, everybody's new. We love the cast, like, you know, us doing this experience with them, like, we talk to each other every day, try to, and even with Big Lace, we work together on a car, a Bronco, shout out to Lace, Nelson, we talked to Don, Shayna, everybody, and but it was cool. I mean, it was challenging to work together with them at first to kind of see how everybody works, but I think once, like, we got everything going, it kind of meshed together. But it was just challenging at first, but I think we overcame it and it came out dope, you know, regardless of what it was. But for you, like, I know you have your ways of doing stuff. What was, like, the most challenging thing for you, like, during the show? Like, you know?
I mean, it's hard. I feel like just like trying to run our business while not being at our business, that was like the most challenging. Huge shout out to my sister Sarah and the boys here at SOS Customs. Like, the shop didn't burn down, we didn't go bankrupt, and we still are able to keep a shop, and we're as successful as we've ever been. So we had, you know, a really good system in place and good people here and dedicated people, and that's hard to come by. So we appreciate everyone that was here holding it down while we were up there. But I feel like that was like, dude, like, oh shoot, like, when we get back, is there gonna be a shop there? You know, like, is it like, what's gonna happen? I feel like that was that part was hard, and then you know, not being with the family like all the time, that was a hard thing. There was a real moment that, you know, we're always working. You know, we leave the house early, we get back when it's dark, so we're like, our families are kind of used to it. But then at least we sleep at home, right? So not being able to come home and go to sleep with the family, you know. That was tough. There was a moment kind of at the end of filming that I ended up going to one of my boys' bachelor parties, right? So like, I'm not home, right? And then when I'm supposed to be home on the weekend, I ended up taking off for the weekend. And then my oldest daughter, I remember when she was dropping me off at the airport. And she gave me a hug and she started crying, and then that was hard, you know what I mean? Because she was like, "I miss you, Dad," you know. And then that was like,
that hits. That's true.
You know, that one was, you know, I'll carry that to this day. You know, and I was like, dude, that's hard. Yeah. You know what I mean?
The big shout out to the family, like that's a big thing.
Holding it down and Alexis and me and Layla, you guys held it down for me, and I really appreciate it. And then I'm sure you feel the same way about your family.
Adriana, I love you, and like, thank you for holding it down. We have 2 little ones, so it's like, I would come and I would try to spend as much time as I could, like drive back and sleep, but that was a challenge. The same like Oscar said, it was hard because we both have families, and we work long hours as it is, and then adding this on top of it was another thing. So big shout out to Adriana, my wife, and Lily and Tino. I hope you guys get to see this and see both the Theo and Daddy on the big screen, and be proud of us.
So we're not trying to sound like we're complaining, man. I think overall the experience was amazing, and like, I don't know, it's like almost like a highlight. Like, dude, like, we got to be on this show with some really cool people and met some really good like cast, that help us get through the whole experience, and it was just one of the most memorable things, and I'm so excited that it's finally here. Like, literally this whole year we haven't been able to tell nobody, to talk about it or see it. Like, we haven't even seen the show, so we're watching it right there with you guys. So just want to give a huge shout out to everyone from the Resurrected Rides crew. Like I said, from the camera guys to the PAs to the sound team,
the producers, Mike,
Hugh,
Tom.
Brandon, Tom, Clint, the whole cast, Shayna, Lacey, Don, Nelson. And I know we're forgetting a lot of people, right? But all the editors too, like, because I know that.
Big shout out to, she was there every night, Oscar, with the memory cards, exporting. What was her name? She's gonna kill us.
Horrible.
But she was there every night. We would.
I'm gonna remember the name right now. Kendall, then you have to edit
that.
But
she was there late night every night, and she had a pile of memory cards every day. And I'm like, well, what do you do? Oh yeah, I'm just here, and what are you exporting all the files? Like, it was probably like, I don't know, terabytes of media in one day or something that she had to like put into folders and put it on a big old hard drive and send it, and I'm like, dude, like, all that little pieces, like, it's a big, a lot of people like to get this show up, and it was a big shout out to everybody. Dude, the camera guys, like, I couldn't say like the camera guys like was really dope. They were always there, like, trying to get the best shots and like some intricate stuff I've never seen before, and that's an art in itself, and they're the ones capturing that, so I felt like they're seeing us through the lens, you know what I mean? So just big shout out to everybody. It's pretty crazy that it's gonna be on TV, so you guys watch it.
So
the day has come.
The day has come. This thing is finally here. We're so excited. We couldn't be more excited about it. And we're hoping that we get another season.
Yeah.
I don't know why we want to put all this more stress on this. By the time season 2 comes around, I'm gonna be full gray.
I'm already gray.
Gandalf the Gray. Like, but a huge shout out to, again, everybody. Mike, the director with the dream. Like, that's like the vision.
Big Mike.
It's there. Like, I'm very proud to be a part of this project. And I know there's going to be haters. There's always going to be haters.
We have to be prepared, because we got media training, and so they were like, there's going to be haters out there. There's going to people are going to say, talk about this, talk about that, but just, ignore them, because at the end of the day, like, we built something in the time we had, and it was like we all came together to do this, and we're on Netflix. Like, this was like an awesome experience, and to be able to do it, like I said, especially like icing on the cake, like me and my brother doing it together, and just being on this big platform, and it's just like, I feel like it's a blessing, know. And I
couldn't be happier. Nothing bad to say. I'd do it again tomorrow. But yeah, that's it, guys. I mean, we hope you guys enjoy the show. And try to keep things positive. I challenge you guys to find something positive to say instead of negative. Try to have something positive to say. Right?
And then maybe in the comments, if you guys tell me what your favorite, like, in that order, man, like, what's your favorite car that you liked on the show? Which one was your most, like, you know, what maybe your best moment between the cast members
that you guys liked?
That you liked, and maybe, like, you know, the best car, best moment, and something positive overall about the show. Like, I challenge you guys to put that in the comments and let us know, and to see if you guys are paying attention to all the little tricks we did there. So.
And anything too that you guys want to like know. I don't know. Like,
yeah,
I don't even know if this interview is gonna get flagged down by Netflix. 'Cause I don't know. I didn't read my whole documentation.
Right.
So. But if there's something that you guys want to know, like, we'd be down to do another series on every car or just like stuff. You know.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Like a rundown on each car.
Yeah.
Or you guys tell us what
you guys tell us what you guys want to see. You know what I mean? Because ultimately we've been doing this for, I want to say, going about almost, this will be our 6th year. I think we started in.
Let's see what.
It's kind of like of actually getting the channel going.
Yeah.
I mean, our channel's actually
building
around.
cars. I was like, we've been like 20 years.
No. The channel, not since we established.
Yeah.
We actually established the first video a long time ago. I think it was like in 2008, 2006 was our first video, but we kind of just stopped posting it because I was like, who's on YouTube? And then all of a sudden 2019 comes along and we're like, oh, I think we should do YouTube. Yeah, I mean, again, a bunch of rambling on, but again, we're just so happy to bring this moment with you guys, and you know, we hope that you enjoy it. Again, anything you want to know, things you want to know about, throw a comment down. Let us know what you guys think. You know, we'd definitely be interested in hearing what you guys think, coming from our channel and how it's like what you guys see to the big screen.
The big screen.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video.
Here at SOS Customs,
we got you covered. Peace.